Well, as you know, we have a sort of integrated set of skills that go together, and so isolating them one at a time, it's helpful because then you can pay attention to that aspect, which points to the biggest thing, which is being conscious about how you communicate. Because a lot of us just go, well, that's just me, and don't realize you have choices, that there are a lot of ways to approach something. And especially when you're starting out, is continuing to refine your ability to set outcomes. Like, okay, I'm going into this conversation, not, I wonder what'll happen. It's just, okay, at the end of this conversation, I'd like to have this, I'd like to know, for example, what are the steps to reaching this agreement? And so that's the intent of this conversation. And then being able to reflect and say, how well did we do on reaching that? I mean, just goal orientation. I mean, as a manager and as a team member, don't you just love it when people are goal oriented, when they're like, what's the outcome here? Okay, how will I know when I'm getting to the point that we need to get to? I mean, that's part of the transparency I was talking about before, because if you can articulate your outcomes, make them visible, make them hearable, give people a sense of where we're going. Builder, results builder, and then people get to know that you are oriented that way, not in a pushy way, because since this is an integrated set of skills, it runs up against the one where you stay in rapport with people. It's not like know your outcome and push for it all the time. You've got to be balancing that with connecting with people. If you don't have that moment where you're like, what is the outcome I want from this conversation? Or how can we focus the team on the outcomes, that we need to do, like with this particular client or with this particular lender. And that habit probably serves you well forever. And if you don't have it, then you're kind of more wishy-washy. People like folks with direction, I think. I mean, you can check for yourself. How do you feel, when you're with someone who can say, here's the reason that we're meeting, and let's hope that we come out of it with this agreement.